Hello guys, my name is Charlotte, a tutor here at Britsent. Today I want to clarify the difference between three phrasal verbs which students often get confused about. They are give up on, and give in. Let's start with give up. Here are 4 definitions of it. To stop trying. This can be used without an object. It is intransitive. For example, I can't do this anymore. I give up. Or, the game was too hard, so I gave up halfway through. To stop doing something you normally do. For example, I gave up smoking after 4 years. Or, I used to go to the gym, but I gave up in winter. To allow someone to take something that belongs to you or that you were using. For example, I gave up my seat for a pregnant lady on the bus. Or, she gave up half of her sandwich so her classmate didn't go hungry. To use your time for one activity instead of another when it feels like a sacrifice. For example, I had to give up my weekend to finish my essay. Or, she gave up her lunch break to help me. So how does this compare with give up on? Give up on is used when we abandon something or someone, usually after several attempts with no success. Of course, this needs an object, and as a 3-part phrasal verb, it is inseparable. Therefore, we cannot put the object between any of the words. For example, she gave up on her dream of becoming an actress. Or, I gave up on getting tickets after waiting in the queue for 5 hours. In some cases, it can be used interchangeably with give up, but not always. We never give up on a bad habit such as smoking. However, we could give up on the gym because we found it too hard, didn't see any progress, or considered our time there to be unsuccessful. Finally, let's look at the uses of give in. To admit defeat and stop fighting someone. In other words, you accept you can't win. This can be used without an object, so again, can be classified as an intransitive phrasal verb. For example, I give in. I'll do whatever you want, just stop nagging me. Or, after months of begging, his parents gave in. If you give in to something, you can no longer control the feeling of wanting it. We use it with addictions and strong desires, and it is intransitive. For example, I couldn't stick to my diet. I gave in and ate a pack of biscuits. Or, after weeks of browsing, I gave in and splurged on a designer bag. To hand in some work, a form or necessary document. For example, please give in all coursework by the end of the month. Or, I filled out the form. Who do I give it in to? Hand something in is more commonly used in these situations, especially in the UK. But give something in can also be used. Phew, that was a lot. To maximise your understanding of these 3 phrasal verbs, try writing an example of your own for each. You can even comment some examples below. We love hearing from you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.